The Masheba Webb Show.
Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. It's the Masheba Webb Show.
My God, this is another Saturday edition of the Masheba Webb Show, and I am your hostess, Masheba Webb. Good gracious, listen, it's just a blessing to be in the house again, okay? It is absolutely a blessing to be in the house. Things are happening all over the world, but yet God spared our life, and we are still here. Mm-hmm. To my left, I got my girl, my buddy, and my pal, and my new co-host. We call her Cree. How you doing, sweetie pie?
I'm amazing. Hey, how are you?
I am good. So how you feeling, sweetie? You are here.
I'm relaxed. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my goodness.
It's an honor. It's a privilege. Thank you.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
You are glowing. Mr. Rob said you look like a little baby. He said you look.
I get that all the time, and I take it as an advantage. Like, I take advantage of that.
Okay. All right. Y'all already know in front of her is our guy. My guy. We call him Big Rob. How you doing, Big Rob?
All is well, family.
Right here at the Masheba Webb Show. What you been doing all week, sir? Come on, talk.
Putting that labor in.
Oh, putting that labor in, huh?
I'm setting the plan for the big plan. You know, I got some stuff that's about to pop this year, and stay tuned.
Okay. Well, we are excited to have you here. Now, Miss Cree, can you talk about, tell everybody what our topic is today? Because I have our guest on the phone. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Our topic tonight is the molestation of men and women, the secrets they keep. The year of 2024 of closing the door.
My God, we got to close these doors, okay? And we got to get people free, and then we must remain free. Now, when I thought about this topic, first of all, I'm going to introduce my guest, and I hope that you be able to hear it. Are you there, Mr. Anonymous?
Yes, I'm here. Mr. Anonymous is in the building.
You are in the building. Well, I am glad to have you. You know, when I talked to you and we were on the phone and I mentioned the topic today, the first thing you said to me is, I want to be a guest. And I'm like, really? You want to be a guest? Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit. Do you want to say anything first before we bust this wide open, Mr. Anonymous?
Man, let's just bust it wide open. What she just said, we were breaking down doors, right?
Absolutely. We got to stay free.
Let's keep the doors in like the feds looking for.
So listen, Miss Cree, let's talk about some statistics on, because I was doing the show at first on just men. But when I talked to my dad said, well, what about the women? I said, you right. So let's talk about a little bit statistics. Let's spit some facts for them.
Okay, well, you guys can go on rain.org to find this information. It talks about sexual violence affects millions of Americans. Every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted.
Wow. Every 68 seconds in America.
68 seconds.
Someone is sexually assaulted. Now, Mr. Keith, how are you doing? Are you there? Oh, my God. Wait. I wish you had to see my face. Huh?
Every 68 seconds.
Every 68 seconds? Oh, well, listen.
The statistics so...
It's bananas.
It's bananas. But one thing about it, me as a man, we don't talk about it. Let me break it down.
Break it down, because we need to understand, and we need you to walk with us, and we're going to walk with you. Oh, let's break it on down.
Mine was heterosexual.
Okay.
And we brag about it as young men.
Okay.
Me being 16, 17, 18-year-old, well, dating 35-year-old women. That was, hey, I'm the man. I thought I was.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to figure out and learn how to love or trust a woman, because most of the women just saw me as attractive and used me the same way a lot of young women are used. But most time, we as men, we got to look. We put our chests out and brag about it. But at the end of the day, when it's time for us to date or trust or love or have a relationship, we can't uphold a relationship. So we running from what the old people say, from pillar to post.
Absolutely.
And most people don't understand why. So a lot of women be like, man, I don't know why you won't slow down. It's because something happened to you in your spirit that just keep you going on and on and on and on. And you can't find that sweet space no more because your innocence has been taken away from you. But us as men, we're supposed to be strong, suck it up, hold things in, don't cry about it. And then so we just brag about it. I got 5 women, 6 women, man, you know, I messed with my teacher. And I actually did. I had one of my teachers, she was older than me, and I was dating a teacher. I'm in the 11th grade.
So let me ask you this. Let me stop you right there because you have said a mouthful. Now, yours was a female. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
Okay, that sexually assaulted you. And from her doing that, it messed up the time. It messed up you as a kid, your mind. It messed up everything. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
It actually took me to a place of adulthood because not soon after that, my first child that came into this world was by an older woman.
Okay. Oh.
And so now I'm 19 at the time.
Okay.
But she's still 35.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't relate to young women. I could take them out on dates and stuff like that, but I couldn't relate to them. I always had to have an older woman around me.
Now, let me ask you this. As a older man, you think that it affected you in ways since you've been an adult in relationships? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've been in a relationship with a man, and I don't know if he was gay. Okay, but I do know that he had some trouble connecting to me as a woman. He had trouble connecting to me, well, just connecting to a man. Honestly, I don't know. He has problems. He had problems connected to females. He had problems connected to males, and he just never found that masculine space again. I don't.
So here we go with that one.
Yeah.
One of my good friends that died during COVID, he was a man that had been molested as a child by men.
Wow.
So he struggled all of his life with that identity. And he would he dated women, he had 2 children, he never got married, but he would set himself up to get in awkward positions and situations with men. Every once in a while, he just like go off the rocker, almost like a person that's on drugs. You know, he go to Vegas, get drunk, do all this stuff, and then suffer depression and all these different things for months afterwards. And one of the things about him was, I wish he was alive today because he could tell his own story.
Right.
Is both of our stories are similar. It's just that he was molested by men.
Right.
How many men are out here today that's done been taken advantage of by men, and they really have to hold that one in because they can't walk around with their chest out on that one.
Come on now, and see, but here's the thing: if we're not talking about it, then to me that means that they're holding it in and they're growing up with all of this inside them, not knowing how to, they're not free, not knowing how to connect to their wife, not knowing how to connect to even their children. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like as a female, as a black female, like I feel like I've been with somebody that has either been molested or sexually assaulted in some way and has not been open about it. And thus I just feel like if this has happened to you and you can't talk about it, I think that stunts healing. I think that I don't feel like there's a way that you can get healing without talking about it. What do you think about this, guys? Chime on in, Mr. Rob, Miss Cree. What y'all thinking over there?
Well, family has to do a whole lot of that. Your upbringing.
Okay.
Especially when you don't know how to express yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to, because if I was just talking to somebody about this. I can't remember who. We were just having a conversation about being able raising our kids, but you got to know how to raise your kids across the board. You
Absolutely.
got to know how to teach them how to express themselves without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
And without any fear. You know what I'm saying? But how can we, I guess I should have had a doctor. Actually, Dr. Barbara Bankson was supposed to be here for this show. But what do you think, how can we make a breakthrough in this epidemic? Because like there is so much, like it's more men being violated than women. And they are growing up with no counseling, no nothing. Anonymous, talk to us about what do you think we could do to change just a little bit of it?
Be transparent.
Like we're being.
It took me a long time. You know, I'm married now and everything, but it took me a long time to really trust a woman as far as I could, as old people say, as far as you can throw her.
Absolutely.
You know, I would draw her all the way in, but then I would push her away because it would remind me of me being used just for that purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
I get it.
And then I understood because I had a lot of friends that women friends that I never been with intimately, but they suffer from the same thing. One of my friends, we used to play a lot, and I would hold her arms down. You know how you just be playing and you hold her down, and she would jump on you and cut you and bite you, and I couldn't understand what happened to her.
Wow.
And she told me, she said that because she had developed and grown up fast, that men was messing with her. Her mother boyfriends
Wow.
was messing with her.
Mm.
You know, and then after a while, she felt like, hey, I can get money from them and everything. So she just played the game with them, and then eventually,
Mama not participating caused that problem right there, because why was you not? You got to listen to your kid. You got to know your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
A dude can't be more important than making sure my daughter or my son is all right, and you bringing somebody into the fold.
Well, you know, let's be real. You know, nowadays we got mothers who really don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
They really don't care. It's
and
more
that's why you got a lot of gay
important.
guys now.
so check this out. I'm glad Mr. Rob took us there, because
Come on now.
I was getting ready to tell you the rest of the story.
Go ahead.
It was a generational thing. Her mother had been treated the same way. So the same thing happened to her mother. Her mother didn't agree with it, but her mother didn't have enough fight in herself to fight for her daughter, because her mother had been used the same way. That's how she ended up with the daughter.
And you know, a lot of this, Keith, is really what you were saying, generational. Okay, because let me tell you something. That's where we can start. Absolutely. That I answered my own question in prayer. Because a lot of this is generational curses that have come down from generation to generation to your grandmother's mother's mother. I mean, it's.
Listen, I knew my mom. My mom didn't even like me. I knew that.
Huh?
I knew my mom didn't like me.
You?
I got to a point where
Men or you? Did you say me or men?
I said me.
You don't think your mom liked you?
No.
You knew she
I
didn't
knew
like
that.
you?
I knew. Well, and the reason why I knew, because I dealt with this woman on a regular basis, and her actions towards me, how she treated me when it came to the differences with the brothers and with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I swear to you, even though all that was going on, I still love my mama. You know, and so, but I got to a point where, okay, we're not moving forward. So I decided to say, you know, let me start investigating my mama. So I learned some stuff. I went and found out about my grandparents, my great grandmother. A lot of they were ignorant people. They did not teach, and even though they taught with actions, I think in my mother in the time when they started coming about, it was about, okay, now I need you to articulate it too, you know, and because you don't explain it, because my mama say all the time that, well, my mama never told me I love you. You know what I'm saying? And that was the same thing for me. She never told me. My mama didn't never tell me she loved me until I got on drugs, and I was ashamed about being on drugs. Instead of me saying I was on drugs, I said I had cancer.
Wow.
That's the first time I heard my mama say I love you.
Wow. So you felt like you had to have something wrong. You just had
No, that was on drugs.
Oh, but that's the time that she showed love.
That's the time that she portrayed it.
Portray it.
You know, because I don't think that she just.
Go ahead.
So check this out. When we start looking at things with a quote unquote third eye, a lot of times our parents or even the people that hurt us or use us, they're only operating out of what they have.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's another thing we said.
For instance, a mother not loving you, you might have been that mistake child, or that I don't want a baby right now, or I like the daddy of the other kids more than I like the daddy of the other. I've dated women like that. I've dated women where
there are women like that.
Yeah, I dated women where I just had to leave them alone because they favored two of the children over one of the daddies than the other because
Hold
the
on.
way
Who
they
breathing
felt
in the
about the
phone?
father.
Who breathing in the microphone?
It's
Whoever
me.
breathing in the microphone, stop breathing in the microphone. Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
And so they would favor one of the children over the other because I guess one of them father had a better job, you know, or whatever. And I couldn't deal with the woman like that. All of these things are more systematic and generational.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's just part of the system. Like,
Absolutely. Ooh, that's good.
That was plotted in the first place.
Yep. Yep.
We just helped it along.
Absolutely.
But you got to remember too, they taught us not to read because they didn't let us read.
Yeah.
So when we ignorant and we out here doing stuff just because we got to
Crazy.
do it, we got to do it because we don't know. So we have made a lot of mistakes along the way.
Absolutely. I believe that. Now, Keith, let's talk about a little bit about your childhood other than, before this happened. How was your childhood before?
I mean, I lived a middle class child's dream in a small town in Mississippi. Well, not a mid-sized city. Parents, decent jobs. Father worked in veterinary medicine. Mother worked for the school system. Built a house up. 2 cars in the driveway, basketball rim in the front. Loving family. Built a church from the ground up in the community. Tight-knit family. Christian family. Church on Sunday. All of the great markings of a family.
Absolutely.
But I was not immune, but I was sheltered from the streets where all these other things go on. So when I had to go out in the street, I never thought my mother knew anything about the streets.
Right.
So I went over there in the streets to find out what's going on over here. And I thank God that I survived the streets because what I did learn when I was out there
What did you
is
learn?
I learned how to go in and help someone else out.
Come on now. Yes, you did. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But wait, hold up. Before you tell me what happened, how did you keep the heart that you have? How did you keep that intact?
because it was, remember they say whatever they pour in you, God will bring it out of you later.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was poured into me before the brokenness started. Praise God for that.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are broken before they experience love. I was loved before I was broken.
Yes.
And that showed me how to love broken people.
Absolutely. Wow.
That's good.
This is good. Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted your story. Go ahead.
No, but we have to get to a point where, Brother Rob, your children need to know that you love them, and your children's children need to know where you can't go back and get the love you didn't get in your life in the beginning because the streets started to eat you up. That's how you ended up on drugs because, hey, the drug folks love me. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They love on me. The street gang love me. The brothers that smoke weed with me all day, they love me. The women that would have sex with me when I wanted to, when I was just out there wilding out, they love me.
Wow.
But then you look in the mirror at yourself and say, you know what? Nobody really showed me how to love me.
Exactly.
Nobody showed me how to love me.
Because
Oh, God.
we keep putting, we have, love is supposed to be unconditional. But we have to understand what the definition of unconditional is. Like he was talking about reading. We go back to reading. A lot of people can read, but they can't comprehend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like you can pick up the Bible, but if you really don't have the spirit of discernment, it's a lot of that you're not going to understand.
And then you've got to be able to handle the Bible in a way where the Bible is supposed to convict you and liberate you at the same time.
At the same time. At the same time. And if, go ahead.
And if you got a thorn in your side,
That's it, sir.
if you got a thorn in your side, it don't mean that God's not there.
Absolutely.
For you to be aware that that thorn is in your side shows that God is there.
My God.
Now, he never said the thorn was taken out. He just showed the brother how to live with the thorn in his side.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
He never said that the thorn was taken out. He never said that the thorn was taken out. Unless some preacher could come on here and correct me. But he showed him how to live with that thorn in his side.
My God. Listen.
And so that's what we have to do.
Oh, that was good.
I learned how to accept. I learned how to accept the things, my shortcomings and things that didn't happen and the people that took advantage of me or whatever. But I don't have to agree with it. I accept
Absolutely.
it because it's real. And once we start learning how to accept things that happen or accept the failures that we made, then we don't have to agree with it, because if we agree with it, we keep being failures. I don't agree to the fact of being out there like I was then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, this conversation is getting heated up and I love it. I need you to hold on, stick and stay right there. Don't go nowhere. I'm getting ready to play for you my I call her doctor. Okay. Evelyn Turrentine, Aging with God Did It, right here on the Masheba Webb Show.
Come on, clap your hands. Let's give God some praise for the good things He's done. Everything that happened to me that was good, God did. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. Oh, everything that happened to me that was good, God did. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. He picked me up, turned me all around, placed my feet on solid ground. Everything that happened to me that was good, God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. I said everything that happened to me that was good, the Lord did. God did. I know He did. Oh, yes, He did. Oh, everything that happened to me that was good, God did. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. See, once I was lost out in a world of sin, Jesus came and He took me on in. Everything that happened to me that was good, God did. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. I said everything that happened to me that was good, God did it. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. Oh, everything that happened to me that was good, God did. God did. I know He did. Oh, yes, He did. I've been sick. I thought I couldn't get well, but He healed my body, and now I got to tell that everything that happened to me that was good, God did it. God did. I know He did. Oh, yes, He did. God did it. God did. And I thank Him today. Oh, yes, He did. God did it. God did. Yes, He did. Oh, yes, He did. He picked me up. God did. And turned me around. Oh, yes, He did. He placed my feet on. God did. Solid ground. Oh, yes, He did. When I was lost. God did. In a world of sin. Oh,
All right, that was Evelyn Turrentine, Aging with God Did It. Now, right now, I have Miss Cree. She's going to come and she's going to read some stuff that she researched, and it's interesting read. Here we go.
All right, Anonymous, you were talking about how this affects the mental. So I'm just going to read something off of the PubMed Central. Victimization has a direct negative influence on the physical and mental health of those who experience it, leading to short and long-term physical injury, fear, anxiety, despair, post-traumatic stress disorder, low self-esteem, social difficulties, and suicide ideation. This affects your whole being. And when Masheba asks, how do we close this door, it's really, parents taking responsibility. I know a powerful I know an amazing mother who shared with me personally how she was told by an elder woman to guard your kids, don't let no man around your kids while you're raising them. And when she told me that, it gave me some insight and some wisdom on to to watch out for red flags when it happened to you. See, I'm a childhood sexual, abuse survivor. So when you experience that, you automatically, you know the red flags.
Absolutely.
You can feel, you can discern in your intuition.
Even if you go around a creepy person,
you just know
don't the hairs on the back of your neck stand up?
You just know it.
You just
know what? But sometimes we ignore the signs.
We do,
and we ignore them because of something else that we like about that person,
or that we just don't want to admit.
Yeah.
Because some people just got on rosy colored glasses.
I don't know if you just don't want to admit. If that's the only reason, then you should be able to admit.
Listen, I got a guy.
There's a reason that's hanging. The person that's hanging with this person that's giving you the red flags.
I got a guy who wears rosy color glasses 365 days a year, and there is no bad in the world. He sees the good in everything, and that's a good thing.
It is.
It's a good thing to be able to pick out the good and the bad between people. But baby, rose colored glasses everywhere. Everybody ain't good, and the world got a lot of bad in it. And if you waking up every morning and you're not cautious, okay, you're not erring on the side of caution, something wrong.
Well, I'm going to hit you with this.
Come on, hit me then.
So it depends on your mindset.
Yeah.
Because some people can actually have no concern about that, and that nothing never does happen because they not on that frequency.
Absolutely.
I
agree.
They thinking nothing but as much pure positivity as possible.
Absolutely.
And every situation is trying to be positive. So I can see that. I can see that happen.
I feel like it hit different when it happened to you.
Absolutely.
Because you just not gonna ignore the red flag, especially when it come to your kids. It's definitely not me.
You bet not.
Because it's just gonna be right there in your face. So
let me tell y'all another thing. When you go into church, just because you're in a church building don't mean nothing. Okay, because I got some people in my family that's been abused in the church in the bathroom. Okay, and someone inboxed me the other day and said a young lady came to their church and she's a preacher and told how she got sexually assaulted in the church and nobody knew about it. And and this happened when she was young. You got to watch your kids even in the church. Now, Mr. Keith, are you still there?
I am still here.
What do you have to say about this? You think just because we go to church we good?
Heck,
No.
Thank you for being honest.
I believe that the church was the pillar of our community at one time, and when we dropped the ball on that, the moral fortitude left.
Absolutely.
I sit and think about these young men today, like going to prison and fighting each other and drama and shooting.
Absolutely.
Imagine if you could see. You remember how the cartoons used to have a little bubble over the top?
Yeah.
You can see exactly what's going on in their life. Just freeze everything.
Wouldn't that be something?
Imagine a police officer that shoot a young man. Do that young man look like somebody that bullied them or dogged them out when they were 9?
Could be.
And they're traumatized by that?
Could be.
Could be. we don't talk about the mental aspect of healing in the church.
Absolutely. Listen, I was saying on another show that I just did that, talking about mental illness, even mental, because that creates mental illness. It creates mental sickness when someone violates you, no matter if it's male or female. But people, we have to talk about it. You have to talk about it. You got to tell somebody. If you want to get healed, you want to get whole, you can tell Jesus about it. But we are in this world full of people, okay? And we need a human connection. We need to talk about it. We need to get it out. I don't care if it's embarrassing. You want to be healed and you want to be whole? Talk about it. Get this mess out of your heart. Get it out of your life, because you hold on to stuff. I know some people that have harbored some stuff, and honey, it just turned to cancer on the inside of their body. Holding things in I believe it changes your DNA, honey.
So let me ask you this question.
So check this out. Listen to me close when I say this.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In order for the victim to get it out, the perpetrator will have to get it out too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If everybody had a
I do.
Moment, the victim would get it out, and the perpetrator would have to get it out too. And most of the time, you would probably see that the perpetrator looked like the leader of the church, looked like the pastor of the church.
Yeah.
The perpetrator was the businessman or woman.
Man, listen.
The perpetrator for me was my teacher.
See?
You see what I'm saying?
See? Seen them big cheeks and them pretty big eyes and bedroom eyes, and she said,
So to come to Jesus moment, if that show up, then who would be caught up in the controversy? It would probably be like the P. Diddy scandals and stuff, or allegedly P. Diddy.
Allegedly.
Anonymous, can I ask you a question?
Anonymous, she wants to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
So what happens to the victim when the perpetrator never speaks up? Because the perpetrator hides.
Now that's good. Let's talk about it.
The victim have to learn how to forgive the perpetrator for them to become free.
That's good.
And that's on periods.
Yeah, so you have to forgive them. And we ain't talking about the little forgiveness where they teach you what's cool. I forgive you. No, that forgiveness that set you free. Free enough to walk around with the thorn in your side.
Ooh. Listen.
Move on purpose. Free enough to operate without getting depressed and doing drugs and whatever, that the way you started to deal with it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people haven't forgiven their parents, but then if they could forgive their parents, if they understand their parents were children when they had them.
Is this the third time when we go on? Because I know you're gonna say exactly what we've been saying for the last 2 days. Basically, parents. There's no book. There's no manual to being a parent. Parents usually do what was done to them. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, I agree with you that people do. Go back and say that one more time.
Parents only do what they were taught.
So I agree with that, but at the same time, you got to realize too that if your parent, by the person not being taught, as you put it, you got to think about the people. Like for instance, me, I didn't get taught,
right?
And then, but thank God I recognized it because I started teaching my children.
Absolutely,
I recognized it because I listen. I believe I know. Listen. I believe I know I'm a gift.
You are. You really are, right?
One thing I know for a fact that, and the reason why I know that is because how I was raised, and it wasn't raised with love, and I got it some kind of way. I received it, and I was able to give it to my babies.
Wow, this is good.
That's how the door is closed when parents take accountability.
Honey, let's talk about closing these doors.
That's how the door is closed. When the parents take accountability and they unlearn and relearn to create a new environment for their children to live in.
What you just said is really it's small. It looked like it's small, but it's powerful.
It's powerful.
And you said to unlearn and relearn. And that is a job.
It is.
It's a daily.
People don't want
daily job.
because people don't want to change.
No.
People don't want to change. That's
Because it's comfortable.
Like Masheba
Right.
said, if you can't grow with us, you can't go with us.
Period.
That take us to a place where we as a people once had a village wrapped around us,
Mhm.
and we dealt with things on a village level.
Absolutely.
Today, we barely even have community. I'm willing to bet you that we can't name 5 of our neighbors on our block.
right.
Come on now.
I agree.
Come on now.
And so what happened
I don't
back in
know
the
none.
day, when the pain happened, now it was a hush-hush thing, but the village was keeping the hush-hush. We just didn't have enough fortitude to fight through.
Now let's talk about stop right there. Pause. All of this sweeping stuff under the rug gotta stop. Okay? You listen. This is where I'm at with it. 75 years, a regular lifespan. God may give you more, he may give you less. But just what if he gave you 75? Okay, and I'm 50, and I done lived 50 of them summers. I'm not finna. You better talk. You better speak. You better get free so you can start to live. Who got time to be sitting up here harboring and depressed because something happened in your childhood? And
Say that.
I get it. But baby, you got to let that go. You got to move on, because if you died today, guess what's going to happen? The world will not stop. The world will go on, and they will find somebody to replace you at your job tomorrow. Okay? So, please talk about it. There is no such thing as being embarrassed when it comes to being sexually assaulted or being raped or having your innocence taken from you. There is no time that is too late for you to be able to sit down and talk about who took your. Listen, if you really want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. When I was 6, 7, 5, between 5 and 7, I was playing outside, and a young man came to me, and he wanted to play house with me. I'm playing house by myself. You know, I got my little teacups, and I'm doing this, and he wanted to play house with me, and it was time to go to bed. So he found some bushes, and he made a bed. So what happened? I got sexually assaulted. So
when he found the bed, so at that time, at that particular time, did you know what was about to happen?
I was 6, Rod.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I was 6.
So you was in kindergarten. You was in
Wow.
first grade.
I was 6 years old.
Wow. How old was this cat?
14,
What?
Whoa, wait. 13,
14.
He knew he was.
Yeah, he knew what
maybe
he was
15,
doing.
maybe. But let me tell you, the story ain't over. So the next day, my mom's braiding my hair, and he comes to the door and knocks and asks, "Can I come out and play?" My mama antennas went up like, "Bro, come out and play, nigga. How old is you?" Mama's like, "What? Why is he asking for you?" And you know, as a little girl, I got nervous and scared and everything, and I got broken. I told my mom what happened, and that was it from there. But where is he today? Somebody say, where is he today?
Where is he today?
He's in a grave. Now, I'm not saying that happened to him because he did that to me. But what I am saying is God got a way of paying you back. And what you reap, you will sow. And I no longer have to go around my family and friends with that same person hanging around as a big thorn in my side. So what did I do? What did Masheba Webb do? Masheba Webb forgave that nigga a long time ago. Okay? I don't have nothing to prove. I forgave him. And I moved on. I talked about it. I told my mom. I told my family. And whoever else I needed to tell.
I
The
have
police.
some research on that topic.
Let
I
me-
have some research I would like to read.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something.
Come on in, Rob.
Until the government plays a part in fixing this,
True.
because they the one who messed it up.
Now break that down.
Okay.
Let's hear this.
And until they play a part, because you know they're always orchestrating how to demean and devalue the black race anyway.
Absolutely.
So as long as they're doing that, and we not fighting to change that. You just look at the prison system. The reason why people keep going back to jail, they forget the people who when they went to jail, ain't nobody taught them nothing.
Absolutely, but that's what we're doing right now, though.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that if people don't, we're gonna always keep doing a revolving door until we tell these people how to live their life.
Absolutely, and listen, this is what right here is a therapy session. Okay, you can get your healing right here at the Masheba Webb Show. Okay, listen. Like I was saying, we are 43 minutes in, y'all. Cree, you almost an hour in. How do you feel?
At home.
You feel at home, boo. Listen, Keith, are you still there?
Yeah, I gotta follow up on something he was just talking about, the brothers in jail.
Go ahead.
Imagine how many brothers and sisters go in jail and get violated and come out and never tell nobody.
Listen,
God.
the research I have found, y'all.
They might have got violated in jail, but then was violated as a kid. So the reason why they ended up in there in the first place is the pain, and so they acted out dealing with the pain. They go right up in there, and then the abuser abused, and so they didn't get reformed. They actually became a monster. Now then they go and perpetrate someone else.
Period.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell. Now, Miss Cree, what were you about to say?
I'm gonna tell you. Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
The problem I have with that is that the government knows that.
Yeah.
They know these trends.
You know what? They know it.
And they boldly right in front of you, and they come up with all these ideas and try to fix the prison system or the mentally messed up people, and they don't do nothing. And knowing for a fact that if I play a part in being positive and helping these kids or these adults to help them see themselves in a better light, it's never going to change.
Absolutely. Now listen, they know that that's going on in jail, and they let it happen.
Exactly.
They let it happen. Cree, what are you getting ready to read for us, honey?
Male and female victims may decide not to disclose information to protect a friend or family member out of concern of retaliation by their attacker and out of concern that they will be blamed personally for their victimization. So these are all kind of barriers that, the victim goes through mentally, emotionally and physically. Men may also choose not to report if they have issues with their sexuality. Men are more likely to encounter reporting issues relating to their sexuality, given that they are more likely to be victims of other men. Ooh. Men who have not publicly acknowledged that they are anything other than heterosexual may choose not to report for fear of having to come out. In addition, heterosexual men who were assaulted by other men might not come forward for fear of having their sexual orientation revealed. Another specific rape distortion that affects men is the belief held by the public and healthcare professionals that men cannot be raped. Men may opt not to complain if they are simply going to be informed that what occurred to them did not occur, an invalidation of their experience. A lack of knowledge regarding the when you don't speak up, when your voice is trapped.
It's when you don't
you
speak
stay
up.
stuck.
My God.
But when you do what Anonymous is doing and what the Masheba Webb Show is doing, you take ownership back of your voice.
Absolutely.
Back of your mental health.
This is where the government need to play a part in, because they keep saying that we're divided by saying that the man is not the problem. Man, you good by getting raped, but the woman, we about to go heels over heels about that situation. Forget about the healing of the man's mind, especially the black race mind, from their situation.
Right. Well, then, that goes back. You can go a little bit further into when you're talking into the mind, because, I don't believe that people are born gay.
I don't either.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I believe that somewhere in your mind, there became a problem. Okay, you like what you like, and that's that. You like what you like. I don't believe that you were born gay. I'm sorry, I just don't believe that. But if you turn, that's what you like, that's what you want to do. Hey, guess what? Masheba Webb loves you. I can't judge you. I can't judge you at all. But it's just disheartening that the jail system will let men go in jail, and they will do nothing to stop it. Okay, they will do absolutely nothing to stop a man getting raped
the same
by
thing is
another
still
man
going
in
right
jail.
now.
Absolutely,
It's not going to change.
It's not going to change. And why is that? That's
They
the
don't
thing.
want it to change. So it takes that individual to make up in their mind that I want change. And when I decide to change, and when I execute the necessary steps to change, I can go help somebody else.
Now that's good,
But
but I'm
that's-
talking about in jail. Like if you're in jail and you're behind bars, so you can't help.
No.
You got the warden, the people that run the jail. That's who.
No,
is responsible for you in there.
Their job is to make sure they demise. What's the word? I'm saying it right.
Divide.
No.
Despite,
Minimize.
Minimize.
They try to
Minimize.
minimize you, devalue you.
Yeah, break you.
That's their job.
That was the plan.
That was right.
That's the plan. But what I'm saying is, when they see and they know somebody is in another room, they got just taken, and they seen they don't tell me them COs don't see stuff happening. Don't tell me they don't know people are getting raped up in that jail. Why are they letting it go on? That's
the
what
question is they condoning in it too? Then if they can just sit up there and watch something sick like
I
that,
don't get it. I don't get it. What do you think, Anonymous?
I gotta tell you something about the prison system or jail. The inmates run the jail. The correctional officers just make sure they don't leave.
Exactly.
Okay, I ain't never.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point I was making. The correctional officer ain't offering no help, no knowledge, no nothing about to prevent you from doing the things that you're in here doing.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Make sure you don't leave.
Exactly.
And that's
their
about
only
all.
job.
That's about all that they do too.
Yeah.
Okay, because they smuggle stuff in. They be sleeping with some of the prisoners too.
Exactly.
They all be up in there getting it in. Oh, it's terrible. I tell you. Listen, Anonymous, I thank you for calling in. I am so glad that you are still my friend.
Thank you very much.
And I just want you to know that I do love you. And here at the Masheba Webb Show, from day one, you have been a follower, you have been a supporter, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Cree, you did an amazing job today. Let's just give it up for Miss Cree, because you did that, baby. You did that. How do you feel? Is there anything that you want to say?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I feel at home, and I just want to say, you know what? When you're dealing with something like this, just have compassion on yourself.
Absolutely.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Let it go.
Let it go.
You know, continue to grow.
Absolutely.
And just breathe.
Just come on. Does she sound like she's a part of the family already, Rob? Because if Miss Barbara Bankston was here, she would say, heal. Okay? That would be her last comment, is to heal. Anonymous, do you have anything that you want to say? Can you tie this all up for us?
I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to be on the Masheba Webb Show tonight. I hope that someone that's listening can start the transformation to healing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Please, no matter what you got to do. I wish I should have had a hotline. There got to be a hotline somewhere.
We have to do a B show to this.
We do. It has to be a recurring show.
Call in.
Absolutely.
Do another cast on it. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Because I do know that there's some people out there that want to express themselves.
Yeah.
And them expressing themselves will definitely help somebody else.
Absolutely.
That is afraid to come out, but will express themselves because somebody else done did it.
Come on now. And just don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid. 2024 is a year of closing the door. 2024 is a year of exposure. 2024 is the year of getting to the bag. 2024 is a year of you really getting to living your life. And if you're bound by some secrets, some terrible things that have happened to you, man, the worst thing that can do is what?
Keep your mouth closed.
Right. But what's the worst that can happen by exposing it? What is the worst that you get free? Is that the worst that can happen? Because ain't nobody going to hurt you. Ain't nobody going to bother you. Come on and talk. Get somebody, tell a pastor, get you a pastor friend, get you a sister girlfriend, get you a brother man friend. Whatever you have to do, wherever you have to go, get some help. If you see me, Masheba Webb, and you want to talk. I'm here. I'm here at the Masheba Webb Show. Y'all already know the number is 248-388-3217. If you need to talk, call me. Honestly, honest to God, if you need to talk, call me. Mr. Rob said, how are we going to close the door? How are we going to close the door, Miss Cree? What did you say? What was your answer?
How was we going to close the door? Oh, take ownership.
Take ownership and accountability. Yeah. How are we closing the door, Mr. Rob? What's your answer?
All I want to tell you is this. Keep fighting for your life.
Keep fighting for your life. You better keep running.
Acting like there is no tomorrow.
Come on.
And it is no tomorrow because they
for all you know.
They can hit the button in 30 seconds. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we have no decision in that.
Absolutely.
So act like you're trying to live.
You better act like you know. I like that. Listen, until next week, 2 p.m., the Masheba Webb Show. Everybody kiss it out. We love you. Till next week.
The Masheba Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show.
Everybody out here, come and sing with me.
Masheba Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show.
The Masheba Webb Show.
Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. It's the Masheba Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show.
The Masheba